Okay. Um, I gotta start off by saying thank you, God. I just need to say thank you, God, because I could live the life of some of these bottom fears I'm seeing. The humiliation of reality, of how they still try to make me accept things that are just too much. There's too much validation in regard of how they manipulate and rewire the brain, and to see people being humiliated by the reality, it's it's just see how people of all sorts were trying to make you accept this manipulation. I went out last night, and when you see these people sit there to make you accept these manipulations, they do everything possible, and the people that they're there come in all shape or form. So, as a test subject in this program run by governmental entities such as the DoD, not only they rewiring your brain using this EEG heterodyning or EEG cloning technology that can literally capture your brain signal, change your brain signal, and put it back in your brain to make you experience the reaction they want you to have. Right? Literally, this is like what has been described for of this technology. Literally, making you experience what they want you to experience, control your experiences, and control what you experience. This is said literally to see people who come in all shape or sort. The people, I mean, there's some people who look more, um, what's the word, sensible. There's others who look like clowns. There's some who look like shady, sketchy. They come in all shape and form, but to humiliate them all by one, to see how humiliating it is for them to try to convince me that you are not rewiring my brain this way, that you are not forcing me to get this experience, when I can clearly hear there's a tendency of this rewiring. So I was sitting there, and there was this two women. One was black, one was, I think somewhat, but very, you can see, sensible looking people, and they were trying their best to make me accept this manipulation. I was listening to the testimonies of these women being tortured, raped, and destroyed. Right, while looking at these people, they couldn't last for too long. They had to walk away because it's too much. And so when before they walk away, they tell me I'm gonna be tortured, and it's gonna be horrible. I'm like, yes, but I rather die this way than having to live life try to counter and deflect from what I'm listening to. Because it means what you're involved in is such a disgusting, disturbing thing, that this you're part of this, while trying to make me accept this manipulation that is renowned to be utilized to break people down. That's what they do. They have been manipulating men and women to get disgusting reactions. And it's so sad that at one point, this woman and her husband come. They come, start talking their crap, right? Supposed to make me accept this thing. It's so humiliating too because I'm listening to everything. And this woman is so desperate. After listening to everything, I started having a conversation with them. I was like, yeah, I have an 8-week old and this and that. And at one point, right, I knew she wanted me to look at her child so they can do this manipulation. She got 8-week old baby, little girl. So, as I say that, they try to rewire in this disgusting way. But eh, and so she really wants me to see it. I know to see the picture of her baby, and so she really wants to. I'm like, it's so desperate because she knows that this technology has the capability to literally make you experience what they want you to experience. And she was so desperate. She was like, I looked away. And she said, oh wow. I said, wow, wow, you're reading to say your poor baby. And I got a glimpse of like some like very like an infant, barely. And I'm like, okay, let me show you a picture of me and this kid on my shoulder. I was like, it's different because this is a little girl, and this, like, you understand what happened then. I literally like baby safe for this baby. They were infants looking exactly the same there. But in my mind, so disgusting. They even made me imagine this child, this baby's genitals. It's so nasty. But you have these thoughts. And these people know that my brain is being rewired to think this way. To think about a child's genital, an infant, matter of fact. So disgusting. To try to disturb me. And you hear this trash making noise campaign. Because as I'm saying this, they want me to identify with the thought that they're forcing me to experience. And they come make noise campaign and like tell me how they mapped it and this and that, the bullshit stories. And you hear that. They are constructed to make you accept and identify with how your brain is being manipulated. Basically, what they're trying to do is counter this. And as I'm saying that, you hear the whole in the hallways, they're supposed to make noise campaign. They're supposed to make me, like nervous and identifying. It's the same bullshit they do, and it's their job because they're trying to counter this.
Brains. And so this gets into what's called there are four different techniques and technologies that can pipe voices into an individual's head. And once you can do that, you can control them using neuro-linguistic programming techniques. You're rewiring their thought processes and brains.
So you literally hear this man say they are rewiring the thought process and brains. They're rewiring my thoughts in this disgusting way to make me think of a baby's genitals. And you heard the noise campaign because once it makes you experience these thoughts, it's disgusting. And then they're supposed to make you accept this thing by like making you feel guilty and feeling nervous. It's disgusting. And so in the meantime, because I'm obviously aware that my thoughts are being rewired in these disgusting ways, they tell me how you're going to be, you'll take it when they rape you, this and that, try to deflect, try to diverge from what I'm saying. Not because they want me to know these things, it's because they want me to identify with these manipulations. Listen to how obvious that your brain is completely manipulated, and they make you experience different reactions, not only thought process, but stimulations and all kinds of disgusting reactions. Listen.
And so this gets into what's called offensive information warfare. And they used it, I believe, in the Gulf War to tell the enemy at that time, lay down your guns, this is Allah. And it worked pretty well because hearing voices which have no direction or sound, you have to assume that it's some spiritual entity. So it works pretty well. And then, I don't know if I'm going to get into this, but there's something called hyper game theory. How do they want to see if they can manipulate people to do things that are irrational, but also walk them to their death. And so you can call it a eugenics program even. And they need to sample all cultures, language, throughout the world to define the probability matrices of which tricks, techniques, deception works.
So this is some of the deceiving tricks they do. So they do this manipulation and they make those campaigns like, oh my gosh, it's so you. Oh, we caught you, when they're the one literally making you experience this nastiness. It's like, no, we mapped it. And by the fact, they do a lot of deflection. There's this trash telling me, this childlike trash, like, we did it. This trash that they sold to these pedophiles in regard of like these governmental entities have issues with pedophilia, but they're gonna frame me using their children to say that I did something to this child, and apparently I dated this child. This is disgusting things that they do, and that shows what kind of people they are, that they were willing to sell their own kids to do this nastiness. But I hope nothing but this kind of life for the rest of their life. With that being said, this goes on into more details.
So,
designed to interact with the human nervous system in order to remotely pick up on someone's neural network or EEG and not only receive that and monitor it, but manipulate it and place it back into the victim to control their emotions or control their actions or bodily functions for that matter. And the other more recent term we have for that is EEG heterodyning or EEG cloning. The difference between EEG heterodyning and EEG cloning would be, let's say, me remotely receiving your EEG and then duplicating it and putting that in another person to give them your same thoughts or feelings or physical reactions. EEG heterodyning would be receiving your EEG, manipulating it to put it back inside your head to give us a desired physical reaction or emotional reaction.
So you understand they can make you experience physical reactions and emotion reaction, thoughts, and this different technology that can do that. That's funny for them. They're like, no, we EEG mining, and it's obvious that they force people to have whatever desired reaction they want us to experience, thoughts that they want us to experience, and then use these bottom feeders here in these hallways or whatever you are, try to make you accept these manipulations. Yesterday I was around this place, and I'm listening to this testimony of a woman saying, all kind of people involved, doctors, the psychiatrists, and things. Like obviously everybody you're gonna be around involved in this. And it's so sad to see this woman who's so willing to show her baby so they can manipulate my brain to experience something toward her child. It's nasty. And that's because she was so desperate to make me accept this manipulation. Like, look how pathetic it is. So nasty. I know even reactors like, wow, really. Trash. But then you see this woman that come and try to deflect by try to like flirt with me or something. It's the games they play, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting to deal with this 24/7. Today was a rough day for me. I didn't feel good, and my body is going to break down even more. And as I'm saying that, they try to disturb me in one way. It's feeling the back of my thigh, and they try to create this thing because I think but this is the kind of things they do to continuously break me down and to manipulate me. I was going through this, like my YouTube, and there's always this ad that keeps showing in, and wherever there's kids, they always mess with me. It's disgusting. For example, there's this ad that shows up, and then immediately gets stimulation. Then there's this baby on top here. Even saying that they try to, and then there's this ad that keeps showing up over and over. I don't know. I kept blocking this with these kids, like 10-year-old, 8-year-old kids. Then I try to block this, and this. And every time I look at these kids, there's some kind of nasty manipulation. In fact, right now, before making this video, I was like, so it's continuously like manipulating me to get some kind of reaction, stimulation, sensation, action of some sort, even though the actions are just like minuscule. For example, I was rubbing the back of my leg, and my hand kind of went a little too far, and it felt like something there. And then they're like, oh, I see. That's what you wanted to, because I was about to show these pictures, and they were like, they wanted to create some kind of sexual action, which is not sexual. It's me just. Anyways, but you hear this. This is all part of this gaslighting to try to make you accept this manipulation. It's embarrassing. While these governmental entities are run by pedophiles, they're here rewiring the brain in this way, try to condition you in this way, while on camera too. I will never be myself again. I will be manipulated till my last breath. But I will never identify. And for these bottom feeders who sold their soul to these pedophiles that can, and when I mean pedophile, it's just, like I said, these governmental entities working in this, that ran this program, that are part of this program, not even part, they are running this program. The DOD is obviously the entity that is for sure, without an ounce of doubt, the main entity running this program. There could be other, and most likely other agencies, for sure CIA is involved in too. But DOD is the one entity that you can never doubt that is involved in that, because this technology is deriving from them, and they're the only entity with this kind of financial aspect to be able to run such a big program, contract these losers by the thousands and millions, and be able to have this sophistication of technology, which they've been working for years on it, and these DOD entities happen to have a lot of pedophilia issues. A lot. I mean, literally ranked for so much child porn being trafficked within the DOD network, and now this is the manipulation I'm experiencing, because they make me experience this nastiness, and they're working for governmental entities where, unfortunately, their pedophiles are their gods, are the individual, the reason why they're doing these things to me is because they work for governmental entities that have a lot of issue with child porn being trafficked within the DOD network. And then I'm supposed to identify with this manipulation, but trash that. So for me, it's just continuously putting things in perspective till my last breath. Any participant that enjoy this will not do this deluded themselves. They can still enjoy whatever they do, but they will not make themselves believe this false reality. Never. They will know what they sold their soul to, and they will know that they should be reimbursed for that at one point or another. Well, for me today, I will always be manipulated to get this nasty reaction stimulation and whatever thing they can just trick me to experience. It's disgusting. But be strong. And even on camera right now, as I'm speaking about it, they can try to manipulate something to create this stuff or to create this reaction. Tell my target individuals stay strong and know that the day will come for this low life that enjoy to do these foul things to people. They don't live in reality because they need to make you accept this false reality. They need to sell these manipulations as if it's you experiencing that. They need to make you accept this personality as if it's you. That's why they act like clowns. They have to detach themselves from reality so you can accept this false reality, which they call their reality. It's crazy. It was so bad that yesterday I came back around midnight or so. I have a body cam. I have a phone, my phone filming all the way coming all the way here. I have my surveillance camera. They try to make me imagine, no, but before you got to your apartment, you did this and that. I'm like, everything is recorded from here to the one part is like when I get to my door, I put the phone down because I'm about to open my door. And it's like, no, that moment that you went to the other door. I'm like, Jesus. And then you see me coming in via my camera within this, like, literally the same time. It's crazy. And they try to make a noise campaign to make me accept these things. They live in a falsified reality, and I wonder how is reality for them. Like what they do, like what is their reality? Because you live this falsified reality for so long. Like I wonder how do they live life. Tell my target they should stay strong.